Alright, so this entire series is gonna be about me just mainly testing a mod, and I thought the best way to do it is in an actual mod pack. So what I'm currently doing is I'm working on this mod. It's called Silly. It's a very, very silly mod. Right now there isn't that much, but I am going to add more, maybe even as the series goes on, because I just mainly play this to collect ideas. If I ever play a version that only I have, I will say so at the start of an episode. But essentially, this is a pack where we have created such, which means I will need to pre-game really quick so we can get a proper setup. And that's actually insane, I immediately stumbled upon a mineshaft. I haven't gotten any iron yet, so I'm actually gonna go up and make some armor. I don't have copper and stuff, I'm not sure if we have anything that lets me make armor with it. And it appears we can indeed make armor, that's nice. Alright, I got a copper sword, I'm slightly more kitted out, we got some food. I might go down there in the mine shaft and to get some iron. The copper sword it's just as good as a wooden sword, but slightly faster, so I hope this comes in handy. Otherwise, I'm just gonna make a wooden sword next time. Or a stone sword for it. Yeah, stone sword would probably makes more sense. Right, I am gonna go and keep exploring this mine shaft, and I will look back with you once I'm done collecting everything here. Quick status update, I found a couple of chests, already got an iron pickaxe from one of them. I'm gonna mine off the zinc now, and I think we can actually get started with crate after that. I guess while I'm at here, I may as well pick up some more andesite, because that's also quite important with the crate mod. And after that, I will just go back up again. Alright, we got a bunch of iron and zinc. I think that's even enough to get started with the press. And as you can see on the map here, we are very close to some water, so I'm guessing we're gonna start off with some water wheels. And get started with crate, I guess. Oh yeah. I am not sure what that lowly block over there is. That's just a log. That's just a singular log. Right, so over here I'm gonna need to set up my crate stuff. I'm just gonna put some stuff down. I'm gonna make a chest real quick to keep myself organized. And now we're gonna melt some iron and stuff like that, so we can go light up the area around my bed, so I do not respawn surrounded by monsters or anything like that. Right. And now I'm just gonna like wait. Alright, I had to bring away bottles and I nearly spilled coffee myself. But yeah, I will be back once it all like smelted. Alright, we got some zinc and iron as a sunset, which means we will get to sleep soon. But to make a water wheel, that's pretty simple. We will need a shaft. For that we need andesite alloy, and for that we just need some iron or zinc nuggets and some andesite. I will use iron for this. Actually, we do need to save up for some iron, so we will actually be using some zinc. There we go. Now I do plan on placing it down like so. We place on the water wheel like so. I don't know why it lagged like that. Holy shit. But yeah, we place it down like so. We break the sand here, and now we are generating power. Since I'm probably gonna extend it in this direction until here, I will connect it via this. So what I will do is, in order to make an encased chain drive, we will just need some andesite casing and so on. And I will do this immediately because I wanna immediately get organized, even though it means, well, wasting materials. But I just realized there's a better solution to this. We can make a couple of mechanical belts and we have a bunch of kelp over there. So we'll be collecting that instead. Alright, we have 54 kelp. We don't have to coal to smelt it, but we can use campfires for this. Alright, we got 4 campfires. I'm just gonna place them down like over here. And now we can smelt 16 items at a time. Just like so. And this kelp should be cooked through very quickly. Alright, so I made 2 mechanical belts. I'm now going to place them like so. I'm gonna place a shaft over here. I'm going to place one like so, and now we can connect them like that. And now we can place another shaft over here, and we could move them up by 2, and voila, that is done. Now this is where we will place the mechanical press. That is one of the things we will need. And I am pretty sure we have the materials to make one. Let's see. So to make a mechanical press we need an iron block and some andesite casing. That of course needs some strip blocks. And an iron block. I knew it was a good idea to save up on it. We're gonna right click this. Right click that with andesite alloy. We get an achievement for that. And now we can make a mechanical press like so. Gonna place it over here. I want a nice depot for this, so I'm also gonna waste materials on that. I feel like my right click is slightly broken. That is varying. I should replace my mouse at some time. But I do not have the money to get a new mouse. Anyways, we got a depot now as well, and the first thing we wanna get done with Create is probably something like a wood farm, because we will need a bunch of wood. We also will need a bunch of iron, but that we can't really farm that well just yet. Well, come to think of it, I am pretty sure we could also get into mechanism right now. So let me see, we got osmium. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna get started with a heat generator. Yes. Alright, we got the materials, we just gotta smelt stuff. I am pretty sure there is a lava sea somewhere nearby as well. Yep. No wait, those are pumpkins. But whenever we go underground, we do find a little bit of fire over here, so it might be underground, but I know there's lava somewhere. And that's perfect for the heat generator. But regardless, we need to smelt this real quick. And then, after that, we can get ourselves an energized smelter. This will need a little bit of work though. For one, we need a metallurgic infuser, which means we will need to make that first. So this one also needs some osmium and some redstone and another furnace, but we can make it regardless. We do have redstone over here. How much do we need? Like 2 of that. Great. And then after that we need a piece of osmium. We might as well smelt all of it while we add it. Well yeah, first of all, heat generator. Make this first. Like so. And then our metallurgic infuser is gonna need 2 furnaces. 1, 2. This as well. We can currently not use that properly, but I think campfires count, right? Yeah, this looks like it's actually generating heat. That's amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna plug this in right here, and it is indeed charging up, even though it is very slow at doing so. Except what I might do is I'm gonna say top is input, bottom is output, auto eject turned on. Because that means we can then do this, where we put a chest over here, and a chest on top of this, and now we can start getting infusing and stuff like that. We will probably need another heat generator and so on, but I'm gonna let it just charge up for now. It is currently not producing any energy whatsoever. Maybe once it's... I don't know. Let's actually try moving this. How about that? Maybe, just maybe, a furnace counts too. It's like a heat source. It probably does. So I'm gonna put this over here. And then I'm gonna put this on top of this, and this below it. Just like so. And I hope that once I use this again, it powers this again. But yeah, let's continue with Create. To make a wood farm, we need first of all, a mechanical bearing. Now we could use a windmill bearing, but that needs a bunch of sails, and I do not have a sheep farm just yet, so I'm going to use a normal mechanical bearing. And this will require some more andesite casings and whatnot. And we need some sort of glue, so we will need to get some slime balls and so forth. We can get this with dough and so on, and that's a lot of work. So what I'm gonna focus on getting right now is probably an encased fan and some water. Water shouldn't be this hard. We can make encased fan. Well, let me see. We need a propeller and some andesite alloy. None of that should be a problem, except we ran out of iron. We'll have to smelt up some more. And that is the perfect timing where we can test if this is actually counts as a heat source. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make some charcoal, like so. And does it heat up? It doesn't. Alright, so furnaces do not count, got it. I am thinking, what could count? We could get some gravel and see if we light up the thing below. That could count as heat. It probably does. If we get some fire, that should probably count as heat. But anyways, we're not gonna use the charcoal to make more charcoal. And then use that to smelt our iron. I'm gonna look out for some gravel and iron. Well, we already have iron, but I'm gonna look out for some gravel and get some fire. And I'll be back then. Okay, so I happen to notice that this doesn't really work either, so what I'm thinking is maybe it's not surrounded enough? Question mark? So I'm gonna add... Well, I don't know how to really do this. A heat generator, do you need lava, or do you allow anything really? Or other burnable resources? I just realized how absolutely stupid I am. I could have just thrown in some sticks in there. Wait, let me test that theory. If I just throw in a couple of sticks... Okay, yes. That literally was it. Great. Well, yeah. As soon as I surround it with some lava, it should also, generate some passive heat. This is incredibly embarrassing. I have not played Mechanism in a while. Let's make that encased fan. Yeah. Show off that bunk. But first I'm gonna sleep. I had to move my bed because I didn't want to burn it down, but now I feel stupid because we would actually have to do that. Bonk. Then my brain just completely piloted while I was watching YouTube, and now we got like a bunch of stacks of... now we got like a stack of oak logs and so on because I was like chopping down some trees. But yeah, anyways, we can make an encased fan now. And just like that. I have to check in which direction are we spinning this. That is the wrong direction, so we will need a... Actually, if we use this side, this would be spinning in the correct direction. So, first of all, I need water from over here. Like so. And now I'm gonna place this. That's the wrong direction. That's an easy fix, let's just not hold shift. Just like that. And I notice this is too close. We'll actually have to get it from over here. Let's go in one further. And now we do this. And now we will need a sign over here. Well, literally like any block really. I think I'm just gonna use another shaft. Whatever means we also need another shaft over some more shafts. Yeah, we need a couple of more shafts. Like one over here, place it down like so. And we will make another mechanical belt. Right, and now we can wash stuff. This is gonna be very important. Right, let me place this back in here. And our next step really is first of all to sleep because it is getting nighttime. Our next move is making first of all some dough and also quite some amount of slime. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna turn all of this into a neat little organized farm. I will do a minimal amount of terraforming so this is nice like nicely 2 rows, like so. And then I will make a farm out of this. Alright, since I'm basically already making a farm, I'm gonna grab the sugarcane from over there. Why am I swimming? I have a boat. Alright, let's get over there. And let's see what happened there, because I find this... Is it really just a singular spruce log? Like, this has to be some kind of shipwreck, right? Oh yeah, it is. It is a shipwreck. Alright. That is so weird. But also kind of cool, like, imagine finding a ship, but you only were able to find it because there was like a single piece sticking out. Alright, let's see where on the ship we are. I feel like I should come back with a shovel. I'm gonna come back with a shovel. I don't know why I bothered going back. I had all the materials needed to craft it on the island, but you live and learn. You live and learn. Oh yeah, this is much better. Okay, I found a map chest. 9 o'clock. That might be useful, I guess. Alright, now we have a map to follow. I'm gonna put this stuff away. Now let's head north. Alright, so it's right there. We're just gonna use a little trick where we go to 9, 9 on this chunk. I'm looking at these coordinates over there. And then boom. I should really add some variety to this. This makes it way too easy. And we got diamonds. Even got a heart of the sea. We can make a conduit if we want to. Water breathing potions might be useful. A better sword, I'm taking that. Some TNT. Not sure when I will use that. But yeah, also some iron and some food. That's nice. Alright, what did I want to do again? Right, we wanted slime for glue, which also means we need to get a slime dye. I think our best chances is getting some bones somehow, and also getting some green dye. And I guess we can either find Lily of the Valley, find some bone meal. And for the green part, we can either melt cactuses, or melt cactuses, I guess. But I'm pretty sure there's another way to get this, right? We can try to find sea pickles, and I think that's our best chance, actually, considering we are right next to an ocean. So I will go on a very long trip of finding some sea pickles. And what is a really good sign is that there's already a lukewarm ocean right here, which makes the chance of a warmer ocean nearby pretty high. So we might be able to find something like almost immediately. We just need a warmer ocean. Like, I'm pretty sure like a warm ocean, and then there should be coral reefs not far away from those, and I'm pretty sure that's just where they spawn. Alright, sorry if it might be laggy right now. I am having increased render distance right now. And I noticed that there is like an ocean monument over there. I'm gonna keep note of that. I'm just gonna say waypoint, your waypoint, monument west of here. And save that, and I'm gonna continue searching for a normal warm ocean. I was literally about to give up. I was on my way back already. But we finally found some sea pickles, and some coral reef. I'm gonna mark this location down, you bet I will. Let me get those sea pickles. And I will make sure I get enough to also farm those. And it should be enough. Don't run, don't run, don't run, don't run. Oh, that drowns everywhere. Even drop me some copper. Anyways, where the hell did the sea pickles go? They have not swam up yet. Oh, there they are. It's slowly coming up here. Can you guys please shut up? I'm just trying to farm sea pickles here. There we go. Alright. Why are there so many drowns? Why are there so many drowns? They're literally everywhere. What the hell? Let me get into the boat so I can have more maneuverability. There we go. Alright, they're going back down, that's fine. I'm gonna mark this for motion because I might need it again. Potion. Save that. I'm pretty sure there's a vanilla farm for making sea pickles, so I'm gonna do that. But for now I will just turn back and then... We went 2000 blocks out. Holy shit. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna turn back now and then we're gonna cook some of those sea pickles and then we should have all what we need to make some slime. And we can finally make a tree farm. Alright, we are back. I'm pretty sure for the glue I just need 2 slime balls. Yes, I'm correct. And that means we just need 2 dye. So we just need to cook 2 sea pickles and we can stow away the rest for now. And just literally make a sea pickle farm in the future. I hope I can... I cannot in fact use campfires for this. I have to smelt them in this furnace. That is a little bit sad, but oh well. Now we just need an iron nugget, some 1 sheet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this here. And we have all we need for this. We just need to get some dough. And for that I will have to wait for this to grow, and I will be back when that happens. I just remembered that certain fish drop bone meal. And we have fish swimming around in here, so we may as well grab some of that. And speed up the growing process like that. Boink. This one didn't drop any. Neither did any of those. Won't I still drop it? Hold on. Mob drops... salmon. But yes, I have 1 roll, which has a 0.05% chance. That's not much. Yeah, we are out of luck, really. But that's another thing I realized. To actually make dough, we not only need to be able to wash the flour, but we also need to make the flour itself, and for that we need a mill. While we wait for this to grow, I'm gonna check what we need. We just need any kind of stone, and some casing, and yeah, this should be very easy. Alright, so that is done and dusted. I just need to figure out a way to actually hook this up. I think we might need a vertical gearbox. Yeah, I don't think there's a way around it. We could also hook it up from the bottom, but that isn't really gonna help us, unless we place it right there. And that's actually a pretty good idea. So, for vertical gearbox, we obviously need a normal gearbox first, or we make it like so actually. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. Pop, 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 dot, 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 dot. And then we do this. We place it like so. Right. And our wheat has grown. Perfect timing. Well, we plant it. And now we can do this. Place it in here. And with our flour, and I don't think we can, yeah, no, we can't further process it just yet. So I will just pre-plant it. And now we have our wheat flour, which we are now going to turn into dough by frying it in here. And like so, we got our first piece of slime. Just like that. I'm gonna wait until we have some more wheat grown, and then I'm gonna make our glue. Alright, I have my super glue. Now I just need a bunch of stuff to actually farm wood and then collect it also. We have a very nice flat area around here, so I may as well use that. Right, we just need a couple of mechanical saws. I think I'm gonna make it like 4 big. But before we do that, we need a radial we need a bearing. A mechanical bearing. I will just have to hook up power to over there. No, maybe I should have made a windmill bearing, but oh well. It doesn't matter. I think I'm just gonna hook it up to the water over there. In fact, I believe we can get rid of this. And then I'm just gonna hook it up over here. This is gonna be 4 wide. I'm gonna put it exactly here. Right, this is pointing upwards. Now we just need to hook it up. I just realized there's a way easier solution to this. We have a bucket now, right? So what we could do instead, actually, let me patch this back up again. I'm just gonna place a water wheel down here. And just put in some water. Right? So... first let me make a water wheel. We can have another crafting table over here, that's fine. Like so. I'm gonna place it on top of here. I'm gonna place dirt over there. Grab some water. That is done. Now this is spinning. We can patch it back up. I'm gonna leave this side open because we need a place to interface with. And anyways, then we are going to need a radial chassis, which is actually very easy to make. Hold on. We can make one right now. Well, 3 actually, but well. Then we're gonna need a couple of saws, so we're gonna need a bunch of those. Gonna make more andesite alloys. We're gonna need 4 casings. 4 times 3 iron sheets. That means 12 iron. Oh god, we're running out. I guess we will have to go out mining and get some more iron. Either that or we go exploring. Okay, as you may notice, iron is also a problem with the crate mod. We need a bunch of it. So what I am thinking is... we're gonna go find a village and then try to abduct some villagers, essentially. And then make an iron farm the easiest way I possibly can. You've got to be kidding me. I finally find a village and it's one of those rare abandoned ones instead. And the village, they are also burning in there. Oh my, I guess I gotta keep looking. Alright, I'm hoping this is an actual village. I had a higher render distance for the moment, so I got easier to see out. But yeah, here we go. It's directly out of water. That is exactly what I wanted. I'm not sure if it's faster to go this direction or if I should just go back that way. Probably this way. But regardless, we will have to transport them. And while I'm here, I may as well check if there are any leads which I can use to maybe transport more than just one of them. Oh, obsidian. Alright, I'm gonna mark this place down and start abducting those villagers. Since they are just... there we go. And I will take this one home and then come back later for the other one. You've got to be kidding me. I was just, like, taking a river path to see what's around here, and it turns out there was a village way closer to our camp. So this is where we will be getting the next villager from, I guess. You'll live and learn, I guess. And I can't even go through here. Listen here, buddy. I need you to go onto the land real quick. Where are you going? Are you trying to go back to your village? I'm gonna wait for them to go into that boat. Go into the boat thing. There we go. Alright, we are back at camp. I'm gonna go sleep and then immediately go out for a second villager. But this one's just gonna stay here for now. I'm gonna go here, over here now. And I'm gonna need to store away a bunch of stuff I just found. Alright, I got my second villager. I didn't, I should probably sleep, but dang it. But yeah, we got 2 villagers now. We just need a good place to breed them. I think we can just... probably need to go hunt some sheep. Alright, I hunted a couple of sheep and currently still cooking some of them. And yeah, a bunch of meat now as well, which is nice. Anyways, we need some farmer villagers and whatnot. I'm gonna put the breeder right there because that's probably the easiest way to do this. Gonna make sure they are all separated by 1, because that makes it easier to block them all off of each other later on. Alright, I managed to successfully trap them. They also plant some seeds on their own. I think I'm gonna throw them in some, and it should also help with the process of them breeding and so on. I'm gonna break this block here so no monsters can sneak in. I think I'm gonna make both of those farmers. It should speed it up a little bit. Let's add 2 more composters. There we go. Why do you have a job? That is very confusing. I think I would have to do a memory wipe to fix this. I'm pretty sure this is a bug. But for now I'm gonna just ignore it. But yeah, anyways, we then later need to set up a little bit of a space so we can actually turn this into a iron farm. Or I should rather say I need a space where I can trap some other villagers, maybe further along in this direction somewhere. We might also be able to make enough bread already to breed them, and that should be enough. Yeah, I think we will have enough. And then we can actually move them. But once we have that done, we will need some lava. There are a bunch of ruined portals around the island. I'm sure we can pick up some lava somewhere. For the the actual killing system for the iron golems, that should be something we can do. We might cut down a few more trees to make some space for an iron farm. And that one might be a little bit further away from the rest of our stuff. Alright, so I cleared a path from all the way over there to over here. And this is where I plan on actually putting the iron farm. As you can tell, there's quite some space here. The leaves are still like decaying, so that's gonna take a bit. But this is approximately where I'm gonna put it. Sadly, this is all I have time for today. I think I'm gonna build the iron farm off camera, because there's gonna be a bunch of boring villager transporting, which I'm not gonna put in the episode anyways. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow if I get the video done in time, and I just noticed there are a bunch of sheep here, which is really nice. I think I will put like a normal sheep one nearby as well. So yeah, see ya, and next episode. Bye!